We are constantly told to be ready. Ready for exams, ready for career, ready for life. But most decisions are taken long before we feel ready. Hi, I'm Akshara. And I am Mishka. Welcome to Before We Are Ready, where we talk to people who took important life decisions before had everything figured out. Today, we are honored to have with us Mr. Shashikant Arya sir, a senior government officer, a role that carries immense responsibility in governance, finance, and public trust. But today, we want to go beyond the designation and learn about the real life, the pressure, and the actual situation. Welcome, sir. Thank you for joining us. हम आपके डेजिग्नेशन के बारे में जरूर जानेंगे, लेकिन उससे पहले मैं चाहती हूँ कि आप अपने बारे में हमें कुछ बताएं.
Myself, Shashikant Arya, and I belong to Almora. I had my school education from Almora. College education is also from Almora. After that, I went to Delhi because I had in my mind that I have to do civil sciences. Okay, so for that I went to Delhi and I joined a coaching over there for 1 or 2 years. I was there. This I'm talking about the year 2002. In 2002, I went to Delhi, and uh, you know, the state of Uttarakhand was created in the year 2000, and the very first vacancy that came here for public employment was in Secretariat Uttarakhand.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I was in Delhi, I had so many colleagues there from different states, from UP, from Bihar, from MP. Okay, so when this vacancy came, so everybody was excited, and my colleagues who were from Bihar and UP, they actually inspired me. I would say, I would say to appear for that exam, the secretariat exam. So half-heartedly, because I was preparing for UPSC, so I didn't have this in my mind that I'll appear for the exam, which is for secretariat. But half-heartedly, I applied for that exam. Okay, the preliminary exam took place. That was in Haldwani itself, and after that, the mains took place in Haridwar, and I got selected. Okay, I never had in my mind that I'll be looking for this secretariat sort of exam because it's a lower PCS sort of exam. But I got selected. Okay, so I joined that exam. Sorry, I joined that service. Okay, so I was in Dehradun. In 2004, I went to Dehradun. I joined the secretariat services. Because back of the mind, I had this feeling that ultimately I have to use this. Okay, so I was doing job, but at the same time, I was preparing for civil services. And before that, I would like to mention that the first vacancy which came in the state of Uttarakhand was of secretariat services. The second vacancy was of PCS, provincial civil services. Okay, I applied for the secretariat services as well as for the provincial civil services. So by the time I joined this secretariat services in 2004, the preliminary exam of PCS, provincial civil services, had already been taken place, and the result was out, and I cleared the preliminary exam as well. In 2004, when I was in secretariat, the mains took place in the month of August. I still remember the month of August. That was in Haridwar. So I applied in that exam, and the result came in the month of Feb or March. So I cleared that exam also. Okay. Then after that, the interview took place in the month of April. Finally, I got selected in. At that time, we used to call it trade tax. So I was selected as assistant commissioner trade tax.
How was your experience in your interview?
The experience was not very good, I would say, because I got hardly 63 marks out of 200. Okay, because I had this in my mind that the interview is like the check of your personality.
Yeah.
Okay, but what happened there that instead of asking me the questions whereby a reasoning of mine could have been assessed.
Right.
Okay, instead they asked me factual questions.
Okay.
Factual questions,
Yeah.
like I still remember one or two questions. Like at that time, Prince Charles got married. The second
Yeah.
wife. Okay. So the one of the member asked me the name of her wife.
Right. Right.
The only thing I remember at that time was her name is like Camilla. Camilla. I said Camilla. So he asked me, tell me the full name. I said, I don't know. Okay. So these sort of questions I was asked, for which I was not really prepared.
You were prepared for the
No,
reasoning.
no, yeah, for reasoning.
Not the
Part. So I was not prepared for this. So I got hardly 63 marks out of 2.
Right.
Had I got 100 marks, I would have been selected for PCS executive post. Okay. So, but the civil services, the UPSC, thing was always there in my mind. At the same time, I was preparing for UPSC as well. And in 2005, when the result of this exam came, the PCS exam, in which I was finally selected in assistant commissioner ethics. Okay. So I appeared for UPSC prelims also in 2005. Okay. In the month of May. And my exam was so good. The moment I came out of the examination hall, I was confident that I'm selected. Okay. For preliminary exam in 2005. So immediately I went to a teacher in Dehradun. I was in Dehradun. So I immediately went to a teacher because I had political science and sociology, 2 options. Normally, you used to take it. For civil sciences, 2 options and general studies
General
and
studies.
these kind of. So immediately I went to a teacher who was teaching philosophy at that. Because I had political science.
Yeah.
Somehow I thought that political science is
Into
a big
philosophy.
subject.
Yeah.
No, it's a big subject.
Yeah.
So instead of taking political sciences means, I should rather go for this philosophy because the syllabus is less and all thinkers which you study in political science, the same thinkers you have to study in philosophy also. So immediately the very next, yesterday I gave the prelims and I was sure that I'm selected. So the next day I went to the teacher and I asked him, sir, I'm going to take philosophy. He suggested me a book. I bought it from E. Button. But what happened in the month of July? Because the result of PCS was out and I was selected in the month of July. I got the letter from the government that I have to join the academy in Nainital.
Okay. For the training.
The civil services
Yeah.
academy in Nainital. In the month of July, I went to Nainital. So there I was doing training at the same time I was planning for my mains exam, which was supposed to take place in the month of October or November. Okay. So I was preparing for that exam also. Result came out and I was selected for films. Unfortunately, I would say that I couldn't appear for mains because my preparation was not there.
You didn't even appear.
No, I didn't even appear because my preparation was not up to the mark.
Yeah.
Because I was in training. So I left the mains exam. Okay.
Right.
So after that, what happened? I completed my training in the month of November. Okay. And in the month of December, I was given the departments. I was given the post in the departments. So I joined in Dehradun. In this department, in trade department, I joined in Dehradun. Okay. So, but again, the UPSC thing was there because ultimately I had decided for myself that I'll join
Go for the UPSC.
Okay.
Right.
So the preparation was on.
Yeah.
Again in 2006, I applied for prelims. I qualified it. But again, I couldn't appear for mains. Because, I was so busy in the department. Because in my department, what happens, like every year, you have to assess the details. Okay. Every year you have to assess.
Is it something that you were enjoying working in your department?
No, I was not enjoying. Initially, I was not enjoying because
you always wanted to do
I always wanted to be in UPSC. So initially, I was not enjoying. So since then, since I would say that from 2008 onwards, because everything was over, the UPSC attempts and all. So I started seriously, working in my department. But the department is good. I won't say that it's not a good department. Government services are almost the same, whether you work in state civil services or union civil services. But the kind of pressure or the kind of tasks you have to perform and the kind of achievements you are supposed to make in the department, it is one and the same.
सर जब आपके लेवल पे पहुंचते हैं तो लगता है कि लाइफ बहुत सॉर्टेड होगी लेकिन इनिशियल स्टेज में आपने क्या ऐसी बहुत बड़ी कंफ्यूजन फेस करी
नहीं मैं नहीं कहूँगा that life is sorted once you get selected in a job either in government or in private. I would say that the real struggle starts from
तो ऐसा कोई मोमेंट भी तो होगा जिसमें you felt a little lost.
little lost in what
Preparation
sense?
phase में.
Preparation phase.
Yeah.
No. I didn't have this kind of feeling in my mind because I was very studious. I would say
Alright.
before preparing for any competitive exam, I had full preparation
Mm.
because lots of students normally what they do, they basically get some idea. They appear in the exam just to get an idea
Yeah.
about exams.
Mm.
But that was not in my case. I was fully prepared. Okay. After that, after fully preparing for the exam, I applied. In 2003, I applied for UPSC.
So you were confident enough.
Yeah, I was confident enough that sooner or later I'll get success.
Yeah.
It may take time, but ultimately this thing will come to me. So
Right.
okay. Now I'm telling you that in 2003, the very first time I applied for UPSC prelims, in my very first attempt, I cleared prelims. Okay. And I did a very silly mistake. Because what happened? In 2003, when I cleared prelims exam, after that, I was a bit confused about means how to study for means because nobody was there to guide you. See, if you join a coaching institute, hardly what you get from there is your group. Okay, that where you stand in the whole
Right.
exam scenario. Okay, that actually you get from the coaching institutes. The rest you have to study by your own. Okay, so after clearing prelims, I was a bit confused about means. So what I did, I make a strategy. I took question papers of past 10 years. Okay, and I tried to get I didn't solve them. I analyzed them.
Analyze.
Okay, I
Yeah.
analyzed them, and after analyzing those question papers, I came out with certain questions, probable questions, you would say. That these are the questions
That repeats.
that might come.
Yeah.
Okay. But still, after getting that kind of questions in my mind, I did not properly study them. I did not properly study them. I don't know what happened to me because I got those important questions in each subject, in each paper. Okay, 25 or 30 questions in each paper. But I didn't study them.
You just analyze.
I analyzed the past 10 years question paper. I analyzed. Okay. So out of that analysis, I got out 20 or 25 questions in each paper. But I didn't study them.
Right.
Okay. So what happened? My study was casual at that time. Okay. So when I appeared in the exam, I was surprised to see the question paper because all those questions were from that analysis only.
Same type of questions.
The same questions. Okay. I was like, what should I say? That I was totally out of my mind.
You still regret the decision?
Yeah, I still regret. Because I still feel that if I had read those questions at that time, even casually, I could have
Cleared the way. Yeah.
No, so if you ask me about competitive exams, how to prepare for the competitive exams, I would say that it's a strategy basically. Clearing competitive exams is a strategy. You don't need to be a very knowledgeable person.
Right.
You have to have a strategy in your mind how to clear that exam because one thing which normally students forget is that in each exam the examiners they give you the syllabus, but we forget that. We don't go by the syllabus. We try to be be knowledgeable person. We should have each and everything in our mind.
Know
Then
everything
only,
about the world.
everything about the world. Then only we'll be able to qualify the exam. But it's not like that. You have to be very particular for the exams. What the examiner is supposed to ask and what you have to study. Rejection is more important than selection. What not to study. This is more important than what to study.
Right. तो फिर तब आपके टाइम पे फैमिली प्रेशर या फिर सोशल एक्सपेक्टेशंस तभी भी थे?
देखो expectations तो सोसाइटी की होती हैं. As I just mentioned that I was a 2 years student and I was in hills, मैं अल्मोड़ा में था. तो वहाँ if you are a science student, then you are considered a good student. If you are a humanities student, arts student, तो वो फील करते हैं
बर्बाद हो
ठीक है। ये एक परसेप्शन है हमारे हिल्स में। तो मैं क्या था कि मैंने जो है साइंस से किया,
गया।
I had this PCL, physics, chemistry, mathematics, and after that I went for this engineering coaching, ठीक है। क्योंकि मेरे दिमाग में ये था ना कि उस दौरान मतलब 90s में क्या होता था कि मोस्ट ऑफ दी सक्सेसफुल कैंडिडेट्स दे वर फ्रॉम IIT,
IIT, right.
वो IIT से होते थे।
So you always had that you have to do UPSC, but
Yes,
through
yes.
engineering.
Yes.
Okay.
तो ये था कि भाई first I have to go to IIT, then
Yeah.
after graduating from there I'll prepare for
Prepare
UPSC
for
because that's the only route actually I was seeing at that time in the newspapers, in the magazines, कि जो भी selected होता था वो IIT से ही होता था mostly, okay। तो ये मेरे दिमाग में था। अच्छा, ये बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी है। तो इसके लिए क्या हुआ कि तो मैं IIT ओके, तो उसके लिए मैंने कोचिंग for that. But in the meantime, while I was preparing for IIT, so I came in contact with so many people who are from humanities, but they were doing exceptionally good in their careers, ठीक है। तो ये जो पूरा मेरा माइंडसेट था ना, ये चेंज हो गया, पूरा माइंडसेट चेंज हो गया, ठीक है। मैं देहरादून में था, अल्मोड़ा में तो खैर वो वाली फैसिलिटीज नहीं है कि आपको कुछ ऐसे लोग टक्कर जाए कि जो आपके माइंडसेट को चेंज कर दें। तो आई वाज इन देहरादून, ठीक है। तो वहां पे जो है आई कम अक्रॉस सो मेनी पीपल्स हु हैड बीन डूइंग एक्सेप्शनली गुड इन देयर करियर्स बट दे वर फ्रॉम ह्यूमैनिटीज। तो वहां से मेरे दिमाग में ना एक बात घुसी, मैंने कहा यार कि अगर मुझे यूपीएससी करना है देन व्हाई शुड आई टू आईआईटी फर्स्ट? I should waste my 4-5 years there, and then I will prepare for this UPSC again 2-3 years. Will be wasted in the preparation of UPSC. तो ये मेरा थोड़ा सा mindset वहां से change हुआ। फिर क्या हुआ ना, I took a very drastic decision in my life, ठीक है। I came back to Almora and I said to my father that I am doing BA.
Shocking.
So it was
Yeah.
so see, it was not a shocking decision for my father, but it was a shocking decision for the whole community around me.
Yeah. Okay.
अरे यार, अब ये भी जो है आर्ट्स करने लगा तो ये तो गए,
PCM लेके फायदा क्या हुआ फिर?
ये तो गए। तो मैंने बीए किया, मैं बीए ज्वाइन किया और आई बस वही था दिमाग में कि भाई यूपीएससी करना है। और वो सब्जेक्ट्स मैंने लिए थे, आई हैड पॉलिटिकल साइंस, आई हैड इकोनॉमिक्स, आई हैड लिटरेचर इंग्लिश, ओके। तो बट वो मैंने किया। तो क्या हुआ कि जैसे होता ना, वेयर देयर इज अ विल देयर इज अ वे। तो आई गॉट अ बेंगोली टीचर इन अल्मोड़ा, एंड एट दैट टाइम in 90s 97 or 98 he had a coaching institute of English speaking in Almora, okay, and that he was teaching with audio visual, okay. So I joined that coaching, so gradually I started improving my English because I was Hindi medium student, okay. So gradually I started improving my English because this also I had in my mind now, because for UPSC your English has to be superb, okay. And English कैसे अच्छी होगी जब IIT में जाऊंगा, ठीक है। तो जब मैं देहरादून में था, while I was preparing for this engineering exam, तो कुछ ऐसे लोग आए, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि पूरा मेरा जो माइंडसेट था ना वो चेंज हो गया। तो ये जो मैंने कहा ना कि where there is a will there is a way, तो मैं अल्मोड़ा आया, तो आई गॉट दिस टीचर, सो आई थॉट यार दिस टीचर इज फॉर मी ओनली, ठीक है। तो मैंने कोचिंग ज्वाइन कर लिया। नॉट ओनली आई बट एट दैट टाइम अराउंड 30 or 35 students they joined that coaching, so I was one of them. So daily I in the morning I used to go there, और फिर वो 1-1.5-2 घंटे की क्लास होती थी, वो हेडफोन लगा देते थे, वहां से वो स्पीकर कैसेट चला देते थे, तो वहां से वो वहां कोई बोलता था तो कोई सेंटेंस वहां से बोला, फिर हमने उस सेंटेंस को बोला। तो ऐसे करते करते ऑलमोस्ट 2-3 months खत्म हो गए। तो एक दिन मैं उनके पास गया, मैंने कहा कि सर ये मतलब आई डोंट थिंक दैट दिस इज गोइंग टू हेल्प मी एनी मोर. So what should I do? You give me some special training or some sort of concept how to get this as early as possible because I really want to speak it और I'm passionate about it. तो उन्होंने बोला कि फिर एक काम करो, तुम ऐसा करो ना, तुम बोलना शुरू करो. तो मैंने कहा मुझे आती नहीं तो बोलूंगा क्या? बोल रहे तुम बोलो, कुछ भी बोलो, बट बोलो इंग्लिश में. अब इनिशियली आई गॉट बिट कंफ्यूज कि यार मुझे जब आती नहीं तो मैं बोलूं क्या. तो बोले कि नहीं, अब ऐसा करो, हम ऐसा करेंगे, हम आफ्टर द क्लास विल सिट समवेयर इन द रेस्टोरेंट एंड देयर विल टॉक, विल पिक अप एनी टॉपिक एंड देन विल डिस्कस, विल हैव डिस्कशन ओवर दैट टॉपिक. आई सेड ओके. तो अब हम चले गए. अब वो तो जबरदस्त थे. ही वाज बंगाली, ही वाज engineer and he was in America before coming to Kumaon. So he was in America. He stayed there for almost 8 or 9 years. Okay. Then he left for India. He came to Kumaon and he got married in Kumaon also. एक कुमाऊनी लड़की से उन्होंने शादी भी कर ली थी वहाँ अल्मोड़ा में. तो वो बोले कि ठीक है, हम ऐसा आपस में करेंगे डिस्कशन. अब मैं सोचा कि यार ये तो इतना पढ़ा लिखा आदमी सब कुछ, और ये मतलब क्यों करेगा. तो मैंने उनसे ये सवाल किया, मैंने कहा सर वाई दिस फॉर मी ओनली. तो उन्होंने बोला कि नहीं, यू आर पैशनेट. आई हैव सीन समथिंग, दैट्स व्हाई आई एम रेडी टू असिस्ट यू इन एनी वे. तो डेली में जाता था, हम 2-3 घंटा बस ऐसे ही बोलते थे, कुछ भी पूछ. मतलब अब सोचो ना, जिसको ज्यादा पता ही नहीं है, रैंडम डिस्कशन हो रहा है. ठीक है. तो ग्रेजुअली धीरे आफ्टर अ ईयर सो मुझे लगा कि नाउ आई एम गेटिंग. मैं इतना पैशनेट था, आपको बताऊं कि यू नो इन माय ड्रीम्स आल्सो आई यूज्ड टू हैव दिस काइंड ऑफ ड्रीम्स दैट आई एम टॉकिंग टू समवन इन इंग्लिश. हाँ,
देयर इज दिस थिंग दैट अगर जेन्युइनली इंग्लिश सीखे तो उसको बोलो.
हाँ.
लाइक पढ़ के कुछ नहीं होगा. स्कूल में जाके मम्मी से बात करो.
यस. तो मैं इतना पैशनेट था कि अगर रात को भी मेरे दिमाग में कोई चीज आ गई ना कि यार आई हैड सीन अ वर्ड समवेयर, व्हाट वाज दैट वर्ड, कुछ पता नहीं है मुझे. अब गूगल तो था नहीं कि जाके सर्च कर लो कुछ भी. ठीक है. मैं डिक्शनरी ओपन करता था रात में और पूरी डिक्शनरी छानता था कि ये वो वर्ड क्या था, और मिल जाता था मुझे. So I still remember an incident when I was watching a movie with my cousin. तो मेरे कजन का एक फ्रेंड भी साथ में था, 3 लोग थे हम. ठीक है. तो ये सब चल रहा था वहाँ. वो हीरो हीरोइन जो है वो हिंदी में बोल रहे थे, हमें ट्रांसलेट कर रहा था. तो जब मूवी वगैरह खत्म हो गई उसके बाद वो जो मेरा कजन का फ्रेंड था, मेरे कजन से पूछा कि इट्स योर ब्रदर ओके, उसको कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है. तो ये मतलब कहने का मतलब ये है कि आई हैड दिस पैशन. ठीक है, कि मुझे तो करना ही है.
सीखना है तो सीखना
है. तो मेरा कहना होता है कि अगर पैशन है, इफ यू आर फुली कमिटेड, तो ये चीज होके रहेगी. मतलब ह्यूमन बीइंग्स एक ऐसा मतलब वो है ना, या ह्यूमन बीइंग्स, और अगर इफ वी डिसाइड फॉर समथिंग तो दैट थिंग विल कम टू अस. ये तो इसके लिए कमिटमेंट चाहिए. बस कमिटमेंट, परसिवरेंस and continuity. मतलब you should be continuous towards your goal. You should have perseverance. बस चीजें तो आनी है.
So do you think कि हमारे जनरेशन के में प्रेशर ज्यादा है?
प्रेशर ज्यादा है ऐसा आप लोग को लगता है?
प्रेशर देते हैं. Do you think?
नहीं, वो it depends on the parents.
Totally. पर जनरेशन वाइज को चेंज आपको लगता है आया है सर?
Generation wise changes, तो हाँ, no doubt there are so many changes I see, because at that time when I was a student I had limited options. Either go for engineering or medical or these kind of things after plus 2.
Right.
But now you have multiple options, like you are doing podcast right. So it's a new development. Okay.
Yes.
So but this was not there at our time. Okay. We didn't have internet. और था भी तो उसकी स्पीड ऐसी नहीं थी. Okay.
5G.
So we have to
3G होता था.
तो ये सारी चीजें तो हैं, चेंजेस आ गए हैं, अपॉर्चुनिटीज बढ़ गई हैं, और there are a lot of fields now you can strive for or you can get success in. तो ऐसा है. और बट जहां तक पेरेंट्स के प्रेशर का बात है,
हाँ।
जैसा सेड कि डिपेंड्स अपॉन द पेरेंट्स कि भाई जो फादर हैं या जो मदर है वो किस प्रोसेस से हैं, ठीक है। अगर उन्होंने स्ट्रगल किया होगा रियल में तो वो उस चीज को फील करेंगे कि लाइक आई हैव अ सन, ओके, सो ही इज preparing for CLAT exam. Okay, this year he appeared, but he couldn't get success due to some issues. I warned him. I'm telling you, जब वो तैयारी कर रहा था तो मैंने उसको बोला कि मैंने कहा देख बेटा क्लैट में क्या है, एक इंग्लिश आती है, एक रीजनिंग आती है, एक क्वांट आता है और एक जीएस आता है. ओके, he was good in English, he was good in reasoning also, and somehow he was good in quant also because he did his plus 2 with PC. Okay, but so far as this GS was concerned, so I want him कि बेटा अगर आप ये ना इस तरीके से GS को स्टडी करोगे, जैसे उसने कोचिंग ज्वाइन किया हुआ था तो वहां से जो भी GS वहां से पढ़ाते थे वो उसको स्टडी करना था. बट आई केप्ट ऑन टेलिंग हिम कि बेटा यू रीड न्यूज़पेपर, यू रीड न्यूज़पेपर बिकॉज न्यूज़पेपर रीडिंग इज अ मस्ट. एंड जो बेसिक GS है और जो मेरे ख्याल से क्लैट एग्जाम्स माइट आस्क दैट विल बी फ्रॉम न्यूज़पेपर. उसने मेरी नहीं सुनी, ठीक है. He appeared in the exam and the questions he faced there, he immediately realized that my father was right. I had to go through the newspapers.
So, what is the biggest difference you see between Indian education system and American, like foreign education system?
abroad?
Education abroad.
Yeah.
See, Indian education system is like say that you are in class 11, right?
Yes.
And when you were in class 10th, I suppose you have to study n number of subjects. Okay, and you at that time, I don't know whether you have your taste or not when you were in 10th, but normally if we talk about abroad, you know, the students they from the very beginning they realize their taste. They realize their taste and they start learning accordingly. Okay, but here in our country what happens that you have to study everything. Okay, in class 10 and in 11th also. Okay, you have so many subjects. Okay, political science, history, so many subjects, but I don't know whether you have still in a position to assess that what your taste is.
But don't you think we lack proper guidance? That students abroad, they know what they have to do, like from the childhood. But we see in India, most of the students are still unsure after their bachelors, like what they have to do next.
See, this is the issue actually. The first success in life is that you should know what your actually taste is. The moment you realize that this is your taste, so I can say in my views that person is a successful person the moment he realizes that this is his taste. Okay, so this happens quite late in India. Okay, after after graduation or in some cases after post graduation, people keep on switching from humanities to some other courses. Okay, so this is the issue. ये तो है, यहाँ टेस्ट ही पता नहीं चलता ना क्योंकि सभी कुछ तो करना
Unsure
है.
ही रहते हैं.
हाँ, सभी कुछ तो हमने we have to study everything.
Do you think it's the society's fault? क्योंकि वो impose कर देता है कि तुम्हें डॉक्टर या इंजीनियर ही बनना है या तुम्हें UPSC क्लियर करना है. You can't go to arts, liberal arts की side. Because I've seen liberal arts is praised in abroad. Like people when they hear that oh my god you're doing BA in history or political science, that's a huge thing for them. Whereas when we tell Indians that okay we are doing BA in history or political science, they're like you're wasting. There's no scope of improvement after the bachelor's.
But see, you're right. There is some sort of pressure from the society, but now gradually it is improving. Okay, so I like I mentioned in the beginning that I had this PCM in my plus 2, and after that I switched to humanities. Okay, so it was like a bomb. It was like a the society around me, they took it very negatively that this person is now going for humanities, so his career is over now. Okay, so this sort of feeling actually. And after that when I achieved success, okay, with humanities, when I achieved success, there are a lot of students who followed my path. Okay, in my area in Almora, after that, after my success, a lot of people, they did their plus two with sciences.
Easy.
Okay, after that they
Like
switched to humanities. So examples in society. So we are the people actually who set the examples in society. Okay, when we set the examples, then the people who come after us, they follow us.
What is your take about skill-based education? Do you think studying from the books is more important than learning skills?
So learning skills. Learning skills is more important. Like, but ultimately you have to be guided from the books only. Okay, when you study, see, I give you an example. When I was preparing for civil services, I read geography. Okay, in geography, I read about Western Ghats. Okay, which are near Mumbai and all.
Yeah.
Okay, but I kept on reading, I couldn't properly understand what Western Ghats are actually about. So, luckily, after some time, when I got this service and I got an opportunity to visit there, so I went there. And when I saw the Western Ghats, I, immediately recalled everything. I said, oh, it's very simple. If I had visited Western Ghats before going through the books of geography, then definitely I would have understood Western Ghats properly. So for me, this seeing places, different places, or traveling is something which guides you a lot.
More than
Yeah, which gives you a lot of confidence. So traveling is for me. I always say to students that if you get a chance to travel anywhere, definitely explore.
What does your normal working day look like?
So normal working day, see, office starts at 10 till 5 o'clock the evening, and the work is as usual because I'm in tax department. So I have to, have to assess the returns basically filed by the dealers, the taxpayers who are registered in our department. So we scrutinize their data, and if we find any mistake in it, then we send the notices. So it's like that. Nothing special.
If you could go back to your 18-year-old self, what would you tell him?
18-year-old, if I go back, then definitely I would tell him that you should have some perseverance, and because I was at that time I was in a hurry actually. Because if I had kept some patience at that time, things would have been totally different for me right now. I would be in a very, in higher ranks. But because I didn't have patience and I was in a hurry, I don't know for what. But now I feel that I should have kept some patience. So I always teach students now that if you are looking for something bigger in your life, then you should have patience as well as continuity. If you are continuous with your goal and you have patience, perseverance, then sooner or later you will achieve it. But
So, about your results, when you got your results, what were your parents' family reactions?
see, they knew this that
They would ask, go.
this will happen. Okay, so they were happy. And but they had some other plans for me because they wanted to see me as I initially told you that I was going to UPSC and all.
Yeah.
But they were happy.
एक स्टूडेंट जो आपके फील्ड में एंटर करना चाहता है उसको अभी की स्टेज इनिशियल स्टेज से क्या पर्सनालिटी ट्रेट्स डेवलप करने चाहिए टू एंटर एंड एक्सेल इन योर करियर
See, I would say because I have gone through that phase. So for newcomers, for students, I would say that you should excel in three things. Like three aspects are very important for the competitive exams, and those aspects are your writing skill, your reading skill, and your speaking skill. Don't bother much about the competitive exams initially, because ultimately, when these three things are there in your personality, that you are good at speaking, you have see, you know how to read properly, and speaking, reading and writing skills. Okay, so आप ये इन 3 चीजों को डेवलप करो, ठीक है?
From the initial stage.
हाँ, from the initial stage you should have these things in your personality. और जब आपको लगे कि now the time is right, because ultimately you have to be graduate for any competitive exams, because this is the minimum qualification you should have. So by the time you will complete your graduation, you should have these 3 things in your personality. कि मुझे एक तो स्पीकिंग अच्छी करनी है, एक राइटिंग स्किल डेवलप करना है, और एक स्पीकिंग स्किल डेवलप करना है.
Personality, confidence.
हाँ, यस, कॉन्फिडेंस. बिकॉज फिर क्या है, फिर तो जैसा सिलेबस होगा वैसा स्टडी करोगे, लिख दोगे काम खत्म. सी, गेटिंग सक्सेस इन कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स इज नॉट टफ. The important thing is that you should have a personality. Because once you have a personality ना, तो एक confidence ही अलग होता है कि wherever you go you will leave a mark. Okay,
Even in the interviews.
Interviews also.
What is the mindset of the judges in the interview? Like, what do they actually want to see in the candidate? Ki this is going to be the officer.
See, in humanities, because you are in class 12 right now, I don't know whether you have read about behavioral sciences or not.
No.
You haven't read about behavioral sciences. So behavioral sciences means like as an interview, we should be neutral.
Right.
Should be neutral.
Yeah.
Okay. We should not judge a candidate by our own value system.
Own value system.
But that doesn't happen. If I interview someone, so my value system will always be there. So I'll start judging
Obviously.
that person with my value
My
system.
value system.
So this is the this is an issue, I would say, because this happens. See, I got only 63 marks. Okay, and I don't think that I those 63 marks were worth it for me, because I had the understanding I could do better in my job if I had been given this portfolio of of executive or
Yeah.
something like that, because I can sense that. But I was, because the interviewer, he had this in his mind, because I don't know what happened to him, because like कि उस बंदे का ना वैल्यू सिस्टम रहा होगा कुछ ना कुछ
Totally.
ना, तो उसने वही सारे सवाल मुझसे
वो
किए
assess करा
जो
उसने,
उसको जो है वो कहीं स्टडी करके आया होगा मेरे.
हाँ.
ठीक है, उसको लगा कि यार यही पूछना ज़्यादा बेटर है, तो उसने मुझे असेस कर दिया. तो मेरे हिसाब से इन कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स में ना इंटरव्यू का जो परसेंटेज है ना, जो मार्क्स है, कम होना चाहिए. बिकॉज सी द प्रिलिमिनरी is the assessment of your conceptual understanding. Okay, the mains is the assessment of your writing ability. Okay, and interview is basically the judging of your personality.
Personality.
So how can a person's personality be judged by factual questions?
Roles like yours comes with a lot of pressure and mental stress. So how do you manage stress?
See, again I would say that it all depends on you, whether you take stress or not. Okay, but management is something which plays a very crucial role here. Like, you should know how to manage things, because you know what happens if you are not a good manager. If you don't know how to manage things, then what will happen? Your work will be haphazard, and the moment your work will be haphazard, you will start feeling pressure. That's the starting point of pressure.
Yeah.
Because things are haphazard. You don't know how to manage your work.
If you were asked, would you choose this path again or go for something else?
No, definitely I'll go for something else.
You want to explore, so you're kind of explorer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what do you think is the future for civil services?
Like, would you recommend students like us to go for civil services, considering the monetary and social factors?
See, civil services means your career is safe. Safe in the sense that once you enter the government, then sort of security is there. Okay. In the month end, you will get your salary. Okay, the whole month you will work, and basically in civil services, what happens? You are supposed to work for the betterment of the people.
Yeah.
Okay, you are not a master. You are a servant.
Servant.
Okay, so you are serving people.
Yes.
Okay, so if that sort of understanding or that sort of zeal you have to work for the people, then you must go for civil services. But if you are looking for something else, for some other kind of gratifications in life, then I don't think that civil service is a good bet.
What's the one thing that a civil servant should have, definitely? Like they should have that by birth, you can say.
By birth?
Yeah.
Okay, so he or she should have empathy towards people.
Towards people.
Yeah, and he should have the ability to lead.
Yeah.
Leadership quality has to
Yeah.
be there. And the other thing is that you should have this ability to take decisions, tough decisions, because sometimes what happens that you face a situation which you never thought in the beginning. But if you have the courage, if you have the ability to solve that problem or to do something in that situation, then these are the qualities actually you should have.
So, is there any aspect of this career that looks very appealing from the outside but feels very different when you are actually inside the system?
Obviously, it's like that.
It
Because
looks very
inside-
glamorous from
Like,
outside.
No, glamorous.
Civil
How can
servants.
you say that civil service is glamorous? I don't think so.
People have
say,
hyped
yeah.
it like, oh my god, civil service is so
No, it's not like that. You see, after all, we all are servants.
Yeah.
We are not masters.
So what's
We are
the
here
ground
to serve
reality
people.
of working in there?
See, ground reality is that, I would say that because the amount of people or the number of people we are serving right now, and day by day this population is getting increased. So the amount of pressure, obviously pressure is there, or the amount of pressure in each government job, whether you are in taxation or in some other departments, but the pressure is always there because you have to cater a lot of people now. Recently, what happened in Indore, you must have heard about that incident. The water pipeline.
Yeah.
There was some sewage was mixing in that water. Okay, and a lot of people were hospitalized. Okay, so the pressure on government machinery is very much. So to cater n number of people at a time, so it's an uphill task. So the pressure is always there, but again, if you are a good manager, if you know how to cope with that pressure, okay, if you have the ability to do that, then you can survive it. But it's not glamorous, I would say. Glamour is not there. Glamour is there in the film industry.
Yeah.
Here it is not glamorous. From outside, people in society, you can say that there is a sort of prestige associated with government job. That he is in government job means he must have done some hard work to achieve that position. So a kind of regard or respect is there. Okay, so that is very much there. I won't say it's not there. It is there. Respect and this admiration sort of thing is there.
What's one last piece of advice would you give to the students who are of our age and preparing for government exams or some other competitive exams?
If for government exams, specifically if you talk about government exams, I would say that again you improve your personality. Okay. And by the time you'll be in a position to appear for the government exams, your personality will be good and you can easily get success. See, getting success in government exams is not a difficult task. If people think that getting in government or getting success in competitive exams is so difficult, it's not like that. You have to be smart work you need to do. That's the only thing.
So we don't need a
Nothing is
set of
special. Nothing is
strategy,
special. Nothing is special.
We don't need a
See,
strategy.
everybody has his own strategy. Everybody has his own strategy. See, I have my own experience. You can get an idea from my experience.
Yeah.
If I share my experience with you, you can get an idea that okay, this person has achieved success by this or that means. But ultimately, you have to devise your own strategy.
Own strategy. Right.
Okay, so it's quite simple.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your honest journey with
Thank
us.
you. Always welcome.
This conversation shows us that behind every destination is a human story, filled with doubt, pressure, and learning. To everyone watching, you don't need to know everything right now. You just don't need to be ready. You need to just begin. This was Before We Are Ready. Thank you for listening.